All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shemal, Shabbat, Shem, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle of this great millstone. Shalom to all that came out to preaching the word of sincerity and in truth. Yeah, wanted to do something just speaking on us being behind enemy lines and the mindset that you should have in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Shemal, Shah, knowing that this devil controls, the playing field, you know, and we're, treading, in enemy territory. No matter whether you go to the supermarket, whether you're at home, whatever you go through your your endeavors, it's all, strongholds and controlled areas by Esau, and going to the mindset we should be having in these times now, because this devil is looking to roll on us and he's looking to weaponize, which he's already been doing, everything against us. The food is weaponized against us. The water, has been weaponized against us. And when I say these things, it's been deliberately poisoned, inundated with poison to break down your mindset, to put you in a passive, docile state. All right, amongst other things, to destroy your immune system, to destroy your body's natural function. All right, our women have been weaponized against us to the point where, all these women have their own idea of how they want to portray a real man, and it's the furthest thing from the truth. Our children, our parents, all these different, things are, controlled by this devil. All right, Job 9:24, when it spoke about how the earth is being given into the hand of the wicked, we see that is fully came to fruition. All right, so behind enemy lines definition, it says, in an area controlled by the enemy, a secret mission behind enemy lines. Right. And us being behind enemy lines with the understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah, we have to move very, very keenly. All right. Not letting everybody know your plans, not letting everybody know the agenda, so to speak. Now, we know that the prophecy, we push the prophecy of Yahweh Shema Shah, and we put that out, to the four corners. We, whether they want to hear or forbear our people. But your day to day, you have to move with a level of mystique, man. Not always trying to be the face, the center, the center of attention, the center of conversation, an extreme extrovert. The Lord ain't, making us extreme extroverts in His truth, man. Just a social, basically just a social, God, so to speak. It's nothing wrong with socializing and things of that nature, but you're just trying to be the talk of the town. The Lord ain't dealing with that spirit, man. This is a secret mission, even though we're openly on the forefront, always at the front lines of this battle, pursuing the wisdom of Solomon 5:1. The scriptures speak about us standing in great boldness against our enemy, and this is likened unto a battle. This is likened unto a warfare. Ephesians the 6th chapter, the 7th verse, on down, mainly around the 10th verse. So knowing those things, our actions should be predicated on, making it to the finish line and staying on that mission that's set before us. All right. And don't, scurry to your enemy, thinking that he has your best interests at hand, because this devil, he has a tendency to make it, to paint himself as a, alliance, somebody that you could make alliance or make treaty with, a comrade, when he's your opposing foe. And anything that he has, control in his back pocket is also an enemy unto you. All right. That's why when you watch the movie The Matrix, and I always go into that, which was a beautiful scene when Morpheus was giving Neo that pep talk. He was tapping into Neo's pineal gland. He was, getting him hip to the real, real life. And he gave him the concept of the Matrix, and he was basically saying, everything can be weaponized against you. Everybody has a tendency to be clogged, I would say, clogged in this matrix, or entangled by the web of the matrix, friends, family, loved ones, and they'll take you out. All right. If you try to defy, what they believe on, which they believe in this world. They believe in this present world. They believe in this matrix. They trust in objects. They trust in money, fame, status. And when us brothers try to pull them out of this mindset, you know, yank the cord from the back of the head, unplug them, to this from this foolish way of life. A lot of jakes grab the plug and they want to stay in tune, man, and they're ready to they're willing to slash you down, axe you down to keep plugged into this this proverbial matrix, man. So just getting into some scriptures, getting into the scripture of things. This is Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right. So this is a commandment. All right. Never trust thine enemy. Now, is it written in the 613 law, statutes, and commandments of Moses? No, but it's written within the volume of the book. So it is a commandment, and the Lord commanded us to never trust our enemy. And who was our enemy? Luke 1:68 speaks about the enemy, the one that you know, it tells you the Lord raised up a salvation so that we could be saved from our enemies. When Yahweh and the disciples were kicking on the planet Earth, they were under Roman jurisdiction. They was under Roman rule, and they likened them unto the enemy. So we have enemies, and we have a lot of enemies. David wrote how his enemies are more than the hairs on his head. And knowing that you have a lot of enemies, you can't be naive, nor can you befriend anybody on this, on the mission, man. You have certain people that you can utilize to your advantage, as it is written, using the world as not abusing it. You can utilize, friends, family. I have this queued up. This was a video I just did on the last one. This just looks off. Let's see if I can hide this shit. No, I probably can't hide it, but I just did a video on this, on the folly of it, but it just looks off. But anyways, so the enemy, is against us. All right, he's against us on every shape imaginable. And knowing that, like I said, we have to move keenly, we have to move wisely, we have to think, we have to be steps ahead. All right, knowing our enemy, knowing the moves that he's going to possibly pursue against us, and knowing to avoid him at all costs. All right, that's why, in its truth, in most cases, try to avoid trouble, man. Live an honest life, live a moderate life. Don't be into a lot of bullshit. Don't keep up with nothing. Keep away from toxic-minded people. Build with the individuals that's in the same mindset as you. Don't try to form new relationships with people that that's not even destined, that don't even have your best interests at hand. This truth is about building upward, man. We're not trying to tear anything down. We're not trying to, give our secrets to this devil and try to make him a part of this building system. All right, because this truth is like it unto a building, and you've seen the heathens try to build with us in ancient times, and our forefathers sharply rejected them. All right, it wasn't no considering it. They didn't have to deliberate with the elders. They didn't have to, cast a lot. They said, "Hell no, nah, we ain't building shit with y'all. Y'all go do your own thing. We building this, all right. And if it takes days, if it takes years, it don't matter. This is our building, all right. So that's the mindset you should be having. We building this with our people. This is us. Ain't no devils that's being in the midst of this, all right. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Right, so even when these devils try to take the low and try to formulate reason, for the interests of oneself. Hey, for prime example, the 501c3 charter. That's a statute that gives congregational, units, so to speak, a little bit more access, tax exemptions and things of that nature, certain write-offs that can benefit you as a corporation of Esau. But that's how he goes humbling, all right? They showing like they have your best interest at hand, but under that 501c3 charter, it's basically a gag order, man. It makes it where you can't teach certain things, you can't say certain things that's not suitable for the interests of E. All right. So this devil has a tendency to crouch down. He doesn't always have to come to you with the bold face, with the big, stout mindset. No, it says he humbles himself and goes crouching. He could take it. He takes the low at times, but we should be taking good heed and beware of him. Why? Because we're behind enemy lines. We're in an area controlled by the enemy. All right. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. All right, so this devil can't wipe away his rust. He can't wipe away his ill will. Scripture says, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will they not learn righteousness." And we are in that land of uprightness, of unrighteousness, where he's doing everything but uprightness. All right, say he perverted the mind of children deliberately through mass media. All right, when you go on trending and you go to these different YouTube channels, you see it's nothing but straight garbage, man. And they're not just putting this stuff out because it's just good entertainment. They want to keep the minds backed up with garbage and folly. So in the back behind the scenes, these secret societies push the fully controlled plan that they want. All right, which is full total domination, dominating blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to the point where you can't rise nor get up out of the system, and they want to keep you plugged in with that chip. So this devil has a lot of wickedness that he's looking to, push down upon the masses of the people, and we have to get our minds prepared for that. All right. That's why when you watch, military-based movies, you might see, military man captive, under the enemy. And what is his main thing of doing? Training, man. Training his mind, training his body, conditioning himself, staying focused, because he has the mindset of fighting for his freedom. All right, and we should be fighting for our freedom. We want to be free, man. We don't want to be controlled by this devil. This ain't living. All right, just because this devil doesn't have a noose around our neck, shackles on our ankles and wrists, that doesn't mean that we're not free. We're still in captivity, and we're still as such a we're just we're in just as bad of a condition as we were, in slavery. All right, just a little bit more perks. Hebrews 11:38, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. Right, and this is speaking about the prophets that had to go through hell, for the word's sake. And one thing I wanted to highlight was the fact that the world wasn't worthy of these men. And if it wasn't worthy of these men, it's not worthy of us. You try to put a price tag on this place and, conform your life to, living this place, for an extended period of time, and the full truth is we'll never be, at one with this place. All right. We'll never be congruent, with the thoughts of this place. Our spirits are not compatible. If we're those men, if we're the elect, but we understand the concept of truth, and while Yahweh Shah's truth through this word is not compatible with this current world. That's why it tells you that in the book of Ezra, how righteousness cannot be sown unless evil be uprooted. So this place has to be uprooted, and it starts now for us pulling up these strongholds. So while we behind enemy lines, what should we be doing? Pulling up strongholds. Tearing down these lies that have been imposed on the thoughts of the masses of these blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Not trying to settle, man. You got a lot of jakes that just want to own a house and just chill for the rest of their days. This thing ain't about chilling, man. This thing is about fighting. Speak about fighting that good fight of faith, rebuking, exposing. You know, basically showing this devil for who he truly is. All right, and who is he? Esau. He's the Edomites. He's the red man. He's Cain. The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, the devil. Hebrews 13:14, and also the wicked. For we have no continual city, but we seek one to come. Right, so we don't have any continual city. It don't matter if you're in Vegas, if you're in Atlanta, if you're in New York, Dallas, Houston. It don't matter where you're at, Tampa, Orlando, the list goes on and on. Whatever city or state you are in, in the U.S. of A. or wherever you at in the world, we don't have no continuing city, man. When Esau discontinued from our heritage, that's when he really cut us off. All right, our true city that we belong to is Jerusalem. All right, the land of Israel, and we see who occupies that land, the enemy. So if the enemy is occupying the Holy Land, if he's occupying all of the precious cities that the Lord reserved unto us, we understand that where we're currently at is far from where we're supposed to be. All right, and that's how another example is how we're behind enemy lines. So while we're here, like I said, fight that good fight of faith. Understand where you at. Fight for where you're going to. We understand that the kingdom of heaven is right around the corner, and it takes work. It takes us to constantly rebuke. It takes us to purge off our spirits. Staying away from the devil, beware of his ways, not tempting, not testing the waters. You know, taking the low, and as it's written, be harmless as dove, and wise as a serpent, so that you don't get bit by that master snake, that king snake, which is the Esau himself. So this was, like I said, short and sweet. Just wanted to shed a couple words on us being behind the enemy's lines, and narrating the spirit of movement, man. We got to move very, very wisely. All right, our mindset should be on 10. It's a lot of times where you got to take a step back. Take a step back from this world. Stop trying to be in the midst all the time. All right, so I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shemal, Shabbat, Shem, Kakodash, Devan, Apostle, Elders, Great Millstone, Shalom, Akim.